Our next guest today is Bernard Smalley, who serves in dual capacities in this community. Not only as the Springfield Parks Director, but as the coach of the Washington County High School basketball team. Welcome, Bernard.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, now, Bernard, of course, you've coached girls and the girls team and been very successful with them. And now you've been coaching the Washington County High School boys basketball team for how long now?
This is my third year with the boys.
Yeah.
I was 8 years with the girls as a head coach, 3 years with the boys, and I've been assistant coach with the girls for 6 years, and I was assistant with the boys for about 5 years. So
yeah.
I've been around a long, long time.
Right, you sure right. And of course, you know, you come from a family of athletes, and
yes, and
you were an athlete, and your father.
Yes, it all started with my dad, and you know he coached at St. D. Back in the 70s. You know, he coached football. Even though he was disabled, he coached football and coached basketball. And I took over for him when he retired at St. D. I coached at St. D for 3 years. And I always tell a story about my dad. I never forget. He was playing. They was playing in Greene County. It was a 7th grade game, 8th grade game, and it's my first year this helping him. And Greene was winning about 50 points. So the 8th grade game was next. So it was about 5 minutes to go. He goes, son, you can take over now. I'll go get the 8th grade ready. I said, well, Dad, we down 50. I'm sure I can. I always love to tell that story. But you know,
he's gonna get out of there for a
yes.
game.
But one thing about him, I still miss. You know, when I got the girls' job, my dad could listen to Hal B on the radio, and when I called him, I used to call him after every game. He could tell me what we did wrong. That was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh my goodness!
And I never forget my first varsity game as the girls' head coach. After the Taylor County game, you know, I went home to call him. I was like, you know, I miss those calls. You know, I definitely miss my dad. You know, he was basically, you know, a best friend too. And but I got, you know, he taught me well. Mm-hmm. So I just hopefully.
Clay was in the wheelchair, disabled eventually, yes. From the.
Yes, he had rheumatoid arthritis.
Rheumatoid arthritis,
and then you know it didn't slow him down. It didn't slow him down. And,
no, it didn't keep him from being active.
No.
Did it? In the.
And I can say this: he never. My senior year in high school, he didn't miss a game. Did not miss a ball game. You know, he was at the park, all the baseball games and all my basketball games. So I can definitely say that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, Clay was active here in the community and coached everything under
mm-hmm.
the sun, I think. And then, of course, Rosetta, your mother, you know, served on the city council for I don't know how many years.
I think 8 years.
And and then, you know, so both your parents very involved in the community, and then you and your siblings, of course. Now let's see who all played. Did they all play ball? How many siblings?
Yes, out of 8 of us, 7 of us played sports, and then the great thing, you know, our parents raised us. All 8 of us went to college. That was you know, amazing. They were, mm-hmm. you know, I always say thank them every day for raising us the right way. And mm-hmm. all 8 kids went to college. You know, of course, Madge is, you know, my
good. And listen. Don't forget your sister Beverly. Mm-hmm. She and I cheerleaded together
at St. Catherine. That's right.
St. Catherine College.
Right. And Madge was the one. You know, my dad always said, you know, I have 6 of y'all boys, and it took my daughter to get me to Rupp Arena. You know, she played on Bill Newton's team in 1983.
Yeah.
And she went on to play college ball at Murray State. And you know, I had a couple of brothers. One of my brothers played at baseball at K-State. I played baseball at Cumberland University in Lebanon, Tennessee. You know,
who now? What brother was that played?
Ronnie.
And he played at where?
Kentucky State.
Okay.
And Wiley College in Texas, but you you know, it just.
Boy, that kept Clay busy,
Yes, it
didn't
did. It sure did. It sure did.
And Rosetta too, because
yes.
she attended all the games.
Yes, and you know, she hadn't been to any of my ball games because she said she'll listen to it on radio, but she's too nervous. She can't go to the games. I said, well, Mom, I just good. You know, she went to Madge's state tournament game, but after that, she's like, she just get too nervous.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to take it if they lost, if her team lost. So, well, so now here you are coaching the basketball team, and I think this team's doing very well, aren't they, Bernard?
Doing well. Right now we're 7-8, but one good thing I'll throw out there last week in Marion County, these kids showed me a lot of heart last week. We was down 12.5 against Marion, down 14 in the third quarter, and came back, was able to win that game with a young team. And those kids showed me a lot of heart last week at Marion County. So, you know,
and we always love to beat Marion County.
Yes. But you know, we have a rematch next Saturday night, and it'll be, you know, a rival game. You throw out the records, and what do you say, 9 miles apart, border war. So it'll be a war next Saturday. But my kids, you know, I love them to death. They great kids. They you know, the student athletes. They all, most of them are A students. So I got a great bunch of kids, and like I told them, you know, if not all of you, once you go to college, you're not going to, you know, get sports scholarships. Not everybody, but you know, if I can teach them about the game of life, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the important part of sports. I think sometimes, Bernard, some people forget.
Yes.
Because it's not, you know, what's the saying? It's not if you win the game, but it's how you play the game, or it's not if you win the game. I'm not exactly sure of the quote, but it's all about how you play.
Right. You know, and it's not like, you know, like you said, a lot of parents, you know, relive their childhood through their kid. You know, they failed in sports, and so they trying to relive their childhood through the kids. And you know, sports, and I want to win just as much as anybody, but it's not all about winning. You know, and what I liked several years ago when I coached the girls, you know, we practiced in the summer at 8 o'clock and had to be there at 7:45 on you know, dress. So I had a couple of young ladies come back and say, Coach, now we realize, after going to college, we realized why we had to be there at 7:45. You was preparing us for college and being on time, and you know, about the game of life. That you know, that
says it all,
yes,
doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because like you said, all these athletes aren't going to go on and play college sports necessarily, but they will have learned discipline and how to, I guess, get along within a group. That's one of the main factors, I'd say. Yeah. And I guess you still have rules in regard to.
Yes, we have a lot of team rules. If you know, day 4 games, you miss practice, you don't play next day. And if you're behind on your studies, you sit in that. While practice going on, you sit in there and do your studies. You don't practice. And I give my wife credit, Shorty, a lot of credit, because I come from old school, and you know, now with these kids nowadays, you got to change your coaching philosophy. And you know, she tell me all the time, you got to calm down a little bit. They are kids. I said, I know, but I'm trying to teach them. She's like, well, you need to just treat them nicely.
You're like the Dwight Wright days when you might get a good cussing or something, or at least some hard criticism.
Right.
And so I get, you know, and I'm sure that in by today's in the school system and things, you can't do that.
No. You know, I learned. You know, you get on a kid, you better go back and pat them on the back and say, good job, you know, this and that. And, you know, kids are different. It's not like when we grew up, you know, now it's kids really don't care if they play sports, you know, now they got those cell phones and video games. They rather do that than be involved in the sporting events. Mm-hmm.
So how many basketball players do you have on the team?
Altogether, with my freshman team and JV and varsity, we have total 26 kids, and that's counting 3 teams. And I think freshman kids have 11. My freshman coach is Chase Aaron Spalding, and it's his first year. And my JV coach is Barrett Tingle. Barrett, I was assistant coach when Barrett played in high school. It kind of make me feel old. And my other coach is Chad Willis. Chad's got a son that's an excellent ball player on the team, and I wouldn't trade my coaching staff for nothing, you know. And they do a lot. That's, you know, like after the game, I always talk on the radio, but they just involved in the game as much as I am. So I wouldn't trade my coaching staff for nobody in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah. Well, now, so would you like to have more, you know, like you say, because there are so many diversions these days, rather than kids playing sports. I mean, you know, but nothing could be better for them than playing, sports, simply because of what you say about the lessons in life. So,
Yes.
but would you like an increase in your in the number of players you get?
I think the most we ever had was 30 kids. That's 1 year on the girls and 1 year on the boys. But you know, Washington County being a small school, you got football, you got baseball, you got basketball, and you know, and all those kids. It's hard to play 3 sports and keep your grades up.
Yeah.
And if you want to be really good in a single sport, it's basically all summer long. You know, they have all these AAU. I still hate AAU basketball because they ruin kids. And you can tell by the college level, some of these kids that play AAU, they get in the college level and it's all about, you know, me. And I never have liked AAU ball. But there's so many, you know, it's hard to get a kid to play 3 sports. And it's almost impossible to do. So I know, you know, luckily, we don't have any kids that play football, and that's the first time ever. We had all our kids all summer, and we had them all during the winter. We didn't have to share anything, but you know, our school, you got to share kids. You got to share kids because we're so small.
Yeah.
But to answer that question, yeah, I would love to have more, but you know, if we had more students, if we had over 1,000 students. Yeah, I say we would get more, but you know, we're a very small school, so luckily we have 26 kids.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, let's see, what is the population of the high school now?
I think we have total of 650.
650.
50 kids.
And you know, you think about now, you know, basketball, baseball, and football were about the only sports you had. Now you've got everything else under the sun.
Yes, they have a fishing team there now.
Yeah.
You know, you got track,
rifle, archery, track.
and the bass
Have
fishing.
they started wrestling?
Not yet.
But there's
not
some
yet.
discussion of that,
Yes,
I think.
and they had
A
soccer.
wrestling team, soccer team, volleyball team.
Yes. Well, we have an excellent volleyball program at the school. And our fishing team, I think, was runner-up in the state, top 3 in the state.
Yeah.
It's their first year doing that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of activities for the kids to do.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And
So they don't, you know, concentrate necessarily on basketball maybe
Right.
like they would have in the past.
Right.
But so you have a relatively young team, but you're going to have some really good seniors leaving you too.
Yes, and I'll talk about one, D.T. Yoakum. He's a young man that's he's just unreal. He's averaging 25 points a game. He's had 39 points one game, 35 one game, 32 one game, and he's a kid that displays. You never see any emotion on his face. He keeps the same expression. Great kid, from a great family, and we're definitely gonna miss him. And hopefully, you know, he's got a few offers. He's undecided what he's going to do, but hopefully he can play the college level. He can go on the next level and play somewhere like Campbellsville, Pikeville, Cumberland, Campbellsville University, and Lindsey Wilson. But hopefully he can, because he's been outstanding for us this year. And the other senior, Shallon Key, and Shallon's a senior. He's stepped up a lot this year. He's a starter, and he's been averaging probably 10 points, 10 rebounds a game. He's playing well for us. And we have another young man, it's Colin Edwards, he's taken on a big role. He not only he plays ball, he works 40, 50 hours a week.
Are you kidding?
Yes, and
Now, where does he work?
Works at McDonald's.
And that many hours?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
And
they must think he's really good then.
he
you know,
is.
that just shows he's responsible and.
Yes, and it's like sometimes I bust leave for the game at 4:30. Like on Saturday, he'll get off of work and then just get right on the bus, and it's just amazing. And then the other senior, we have a transfer kid come in, T.J. Yates from Nelson County. He's playing basketball, but his sport is baseball. He throws a fastball 90 miles per hour. So
wow.
So it's going to be a big help for the baseball team. And I call them my young bucks, my young guns, sophomores. Cameron Willis, he's a second leading scorer. He averaged about 15 points a game, and he's just a gym rat, stays in the gym. Devin Hurst, another sophomore, he all the dirty work. He guarded the best teams, best player. He brings the ball at the floor sometime, and he's been playing well for us. And Drew Yates is a shooter. Drew in one game last year hit 8 out of 9 3-pointers, and he's just a sophomore. Got a kid named Robbie Baker, another sophomore, is a great shooter. Austin Dixon, another sophomore, is a great player, and Jake Yates, another sophomore. We got a wide of sophomore. Jake is all-around player. He's been out with a broken wrist, so the future is going to be bright for us.
I think
very
so.
bright, and
yeah.
I'm excited. And these kids, and we got some kids coming in from the middle school next year. Really going to help us, I think. Got a couple from St. D. and a couple from Washington County Elementary going to blend in with this group, and so it could be fun at Washington County for the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I saw some good players last night on the St. Dominic team, and now if you'd asked me their names,
Josh Burke is one of them.
Josh,
I know.
yeah.
And of course, Josh, his dad was a former coach at Washington County. Russell was, and Josh. I remember Josh coaching the girls. Josh would be in the gym as second, third grader and practicing with the boys, and and he's. I watched him play several times, and he's going to be a excellent ball player.
Yeah, that's exciting, and it's really good to see Washington County, the basketball team, doing so well. And so now the next game will be back against Lebanon.
No, we go on the road Friday at Dayton, Kentucky, and Saturday, this coming Saturday is homecoming. Hart County, girl boy, double hitter, be homecoming Saturday night. So it should be pack house then. But we play Marion next Saturday. Next Saturday, and it'll be Relay for Life. The Relay for Life will be there, and it's always a good cause for Relay for Life to they're gonna set up booths and make money for the local Relay for Life here.
Right. Yeah, that's always a good cause. So that's the following Saturday.
Yes.
And so that'll be on
28th or 28th, yes.
January 28th, yeah. So that'll be good. Homecoming and everything is well. So of course you'll have the homecoming court and probably be a ball player or two.
Actually, we have 2 or 3 in
Have they already been selected?
Yes, they've been selected.
Oh, okay.
In the past, I told them, guys, last year we didn't have anybody. I was like, what? Y'all not liked by your peers? What's the deal? But this year we have 3 in the homecoming court.
Oh, 3 on that are on the basketball team.
Yes.
Now, who is that?
I think Cam Willis is one of them. He's sophomore representative.
Mm-hmm.
Trayvon Dawson is a freshman representative. I want to say D.T. Yoakum is a senior. I want to say he is. I'm pretty sure he is, but it's a lot of fun, and I think the girls' team. Our girls' team. They are so young. Basically, Coach Lena Bramlett. She has a freshman team playing a varsity schedule. Freshman, she don't have any seniors. She's got 2 juniors, and they play the hearts out. And what as coaches. You want to see people at the gym. It just what bothers me a little bit is you have people show up for Bardstown and Marion County games, but other games, they don't show up. That's kind of It bothers, you know, the kids know that. You know, our kids and the girls, they gonna give you 110% on that court. They fun to watch, and $5 get you in the game, and you get to see two.
You got concession stands,
Yes.
so
Oh, yeah.
if you haven't had a chance to eat any supper or anything, you
Yes.
can get your popcorn or
Pizza and
Pizza or
whatever you
whatever,
want,
yeah.
nachos, and come watch these kids play because they practice every day. You know, we start, boys and girls start, believe it or not, their off season. So we'll be done in February. So we'll come back, start lifting weights after a month being off, and during the summer, every day, running and getting in shape. It's not just 3 months. It's like 9 months. And in the summer, each team plays about 20, 22 games
wow.
for the following year. So,
See that, that to me is all new in regard to sports, because I don't care what sport you're playing now. It's not just the season.
no.
Like you say, you're getting in shape all year long.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing in lots of other leagues a lot of times,
Yes.
and to me, I'm thinking, golly, I mean, that requires commitment
It does.
and dedication.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, summer, I can't be there during the summer, and that's what my 2 assistant coaches take over during the summer because, I'm busy at the park. So, they do a excellent job for me during the summer. And Chad Willis is like our secretary. He plans everything. He gets fundraisers, trips. We took the kids bowling over the Christmas break, and that was a lot of fun. And
Well, that's good. Yeah.
we do a lot of things with them, so it makes it fun.
That encourages the camaraderie and the
Yes.
socialization.
And the girls team even went on a trip to the place at Willisburg.
To the camp out there.
Camp Calvary.
Camp
They went to Camp Calvary and stayed 2 nights. And we had been out to Sandy Sims's, and he's got a full basketball court out there that's named after my dad. And and Fabian Cameron's son, Joe, we scrimmage them every year, and they come into Springfield. They stay at Sandy's in like a retreat, and for 2 days. And you got people like that offering their place for you. It's nice. You bond, and the kids have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Fabian and Sandy, of course, Sandy's always had, Sims always had a lot of support for the ball teams and the sports in general. And Fabian, I know I was trying to get hold of him recently because he was on our program about St. Catherine, and he'd been at the ball game the night before, rode the bus.
Yes.
I think with the team, with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
he's an avid.
Yes, he is. And then he goes to Cincinnati twice a week to watch his son play.
Twice a week?
Yes.
He goes to Cincinnati?
Tuesdays and Saturdays, go to Cincinnati to watch his son.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's Joe.
Yes.
And he coaches at.
He coaches at. Oh my gracious. Not Moeller. Medford, Ohio.
Okay.
Medford.
Okay.
And Joe's an excellent coach. And matter of fact, I usually go with Fabian once a year to watch Joe play.
Yeah.
So it's he's a big sportsman.
Oh,
and,
I know it.
And he follows us a lot, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, it's good too that that the people in this community support that, like you say, come to the ball games and I think about some of our avid supporters in the past that are no longer with us. Maxine Elliott, she didn't miss a game.
Didn't miss a game.
And just for one, and so I always loved that about Maxine, and so we do, and I'm negligent myself, Bernard. We sometimes, when you don't have your own family playing or your own relatives, you're not always. But I've just watched my nephew play last night, and he's going to be graduating 8th grade. I don't know if he's going to try out for the high school or not, but you know, I guarantee. And Drew, of course, I'll be coming up to watch Drew play. I'm sure he likes golf.
Golf. He's an excellent golfer.
He's a
yes.
big.
He's a big
He'll
golfer.
probably I hope that doesn't interfere with his basketball career.
It does. But he's really good golfer. Really good. I think he was number 1 on the Commander golf team this year.
Yeah.
And he went to the state as a freshman then again this past year. So
Yeah.
I knew. But golf really don't interfere. Their golf season is just about over when we start our camps and all that.
Yeah.
Nathan Hodges.
Yeah.
Gray House. Nathan Gray House. Yes,
yeah.
Nathan is another good athlete. He's a real good baseball player, and I know he played basketball, but I think baseball is really his sport.
That's his sport, I
yes,
think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So it's really good to see these young people coming up, and we want everybody in Washington County to come watch the girls and the boys. And Lena, of course, came from St. Catherine.
Yes. And, you know, she was at St. Catherine 15, 16 years. And I still, you know, you never know too much about coaching. I pick her brain a lot. Last year, you know, Gary played district tournament. I knew she'd been to college level. I sat down there and pick her brain and ask questions. You know, I'm never, hey, she knows the game. And it's nice to have her, you know, with the girls program. And, you know, they young right now. They taking their lumps right now, but they're going to be okay.
She'll
Yes.
get them in shape.
Yes, she will.
Yeah,
yes, she
so
will.
we're happy to have her, I know.
Yes.
So, and we've got some good coaches up to the high school and the middle school, like I say. And so I'm looking forward to checking out the next game. And so the very next one will be with
Hart County Saturday night, homecoming.
Saturday night.
Girls at 6 and boys at 7:30.
Homecoming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Boys, it's on the 21st.
21st. Yes. Homecoming will be between the boys and girls and boys game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then after that will be the Marion County.
They're following. Well, we play
said.
next week. We play Bardstown at home Tuesday, and Bardstown's
that'll be good.
one of the best teams in the region.
That'll be on Tuesday?
Yes, it'll be
Okay.
Tuesday night. Then
That'll be on the, that'll be on the 23rd or
third
4th.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we have the border war on Saturday night. So
Yeah, some good games, really
Yep.
good games coming up. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing them play, Bernard, and I appreciate you being here today. And I know we're happy that we've got you at the helm here, taking care of things. And
Well, I appreciate
because
it.
not only are you a good coach, Bernard, but it's like that compliment that young lady gave you, saying preparing these young people for life. And that's the most important lesson of all.
Yes, it is.
So, and you're a good one to be teaching them that.
I appreciate
So
that.
thank you very much for
Thank you.
being here today.
Thank you.